ensuring the final product is strategic, innovative, and results-driven. Everyone, please welcome Brady.
Hey, everybody. Let me get my stuff set up. And does everybody see the title screen there, Building a Practice by Anticipating in the Future? Yeah, great. Well, I'll just get right into it. Thank you, Noah. Hi, everybody. I'm Brady Pierrzchalski. I'm going to talk to you about how I think about building a practice by anticipating the future. And it probably sounds fancier than it is, but I'm hoping that some of the things I share will be useful to help you build your team or your capabilities in the UX field. Before I start, I just want to say thank you to Eric and Jay for inviting me to speak, and everybody else from HFI for the setup. Judy, thank you for all the help. I'm looking at you. So I received my HFI CUA training back in 2008, and it enabled my career focus. And it really allowed me to prosper in the UX field. It allowed me to build the first user experience team for Kohl's Corporation. And I was able to grow and develop the information architecture team for Best Buy. And today I get to lead a talented experience design team for Laughlin Constable. And on that team, I have user interface design, I have content strategy, and user experience. And yes, that is a selfie. Thank you very much. Laughlin Constable is a full service independent agency, and our clients are multi-industry, and we have vast capabilities from TV and video to creative services, media, and full digital capabilities. And my job, it falls into a couple of different categories. I help to define the organizational culture and growth strategies. I lead and develop the experience design team, of course. I work on client and project strategies. And I really just try to help teams find good process to develop the right insights and ideas to create those experiences that drive value for users and business return for the clients that we work for. And I've been doing a lot of planning lately on where to focus my team. So I'm going to take you down the rabbit hole that is my brain and share how I think about the future of user experience and experience design. And I want to talk to you about a few different concepts that I've been spending my time with. And the first one is the idea of the experience economy. Now, this concept, it's not new at all, and I guess it's not even an idea. We've been living in this for a while as an industry and society, but something's really different now. COVID has kicked this into high gear. The experience economy feels real. You see it in the data, the research, where consumers are spending their money, and how brands and organizations are spending their money in return. And what they're doing, the large organizations and brands, they're investing money to build large UX teams and capabilities, diverse UX teams in response to the experience economy. And if you don't know what the experience economy means or what it is, it means that the product and price are no longer and have not been major differentiators between brands. This isn't new, but this is more real than ever today. It means that products and services are easy to be copied by competitors, and they lose their differentiation and value over time. They just become commoditized. The experience economy means that the experience that you create for your customers is more valued than what you're selling to them, which is crazy. The experience, the memories, the emotions, the feelings, that's what the customer takes away, that's the product. The experience is now the product. And how crazy and awesome is that for us? That's exactly in our wheelhouse. This is what UXers do. We build experiences for people. And for the non-believers out there, and I think there's a couple of you, I hope not. I hope I can help convince you that this is a real thing that we have to pay attention to. But some data, of course, consumers are demanding experiences that are tailored to their needs and beyond. Customer experiences are what determines customer satisfaction, right? So they're willing to seek out and pay for and become loyal to brands that meet those needs. 86% of consumers will pay more for a better customer experience, and they'll pay 23.5% higher in price for more personalized experiences. Business is investing, they're paying attention. You can see it in the data out there. It's forcing brands to rethink, innovate on all of their customers' end-to-end experiences. In the next 2 years, you're going to see major healthcare organizations radically and in a monumental way reinvent themselves and what it means to be cared for. They're going to be building for a connected digital and physical patient experience that will rival the investments of Disney makes for the ultimate customer experience. To succeed, we must build relationships. connected. The brand isn't what you say it is, it's what the customer says it is. This constantly becomes more and more true every day. And if you haven't adapted this mindset yet, then you haven't been paying attention to the world around you. And I fear you might get left behind. So let's dive deeper. So I know that most of you will probably agree with me when I say, I think the future looks a lot like immersive experiences using AR, VR, voice, mixed reality. I think we'll see human machine interfaces everywhere in every channel. I think that interaction design will turn on its head and as the interface becomes free and can be in any form. And human behavior has been radically shaped by technology, and that will only ever increase. We are connected to technology, and we always will be for the future. It's just part of us now. And Eric calls this the new way of being. He explains that technology has been shaping our human behavior, and it's going to continue to influence our moment by moment behaviors daily. So Gartner, the global research company, they have a name for the future I'm describing, for that immersive experience, for experiences using AR, technology, voice, to connect people to brands and organizations, and to really solve problems and create experiences. And they call that, which is the second concept I want to talk about, the multi-experience. So the multi-experience lives inside the experience economy. And the multi-experience is about leveraging various modalities and digital touch points and apps and devices to design that and develop a seamless experience for customers. And I think it's really important to read Gartner's definition of what the multi-experience is. It's big and it has a lot to say, and I think we need to pay attention to this. The interaction across a variety of touch points, the multi-experience is the interaction across a variety of touch points, web, mobile apps, chatbots, AR, VR, wearables, using a combination of interaction modalities like touch, voice, vision, and gesture in support of seamless and consistent digital user journeys. For me, the path is becoming very, very clear on how we can prepare for the future and be ready to be successful there. You have to start with the obvious truth. Technology is the catalyst and the enabler to our future success as UXers. Yep, I know we're already connected to technology. That's just part of what we do. But I think that our industry isn't equipped right now to respond to the experience economy or to play well in the multi-experience world. With a vast array of tech out there that's constantly evolving and the constant change in human behaviors and their expectations, our field needs to diversify, to get specialized. And I don't think being a digital generalist will be enough anymore to do well in the experience economy. Brands and orgs are looking to ones that can differentiate them with experience. So let me set up what I'm saying with an analogy. When it comes to our health, we have a zillion different specialists, and they're all approaching care from different directions. And the more specialties and expertise that develop, the better quality of care we receive, and we start creating evidence-based medicine culture. And I think the same is true for user experience. That specialties and expertise is the way forward. So if brands and orgs are in vicious competition on experience, which is true, and technology is an enabler of those experiences, which is also true, then what's the best aggressive position that you can be in? I think the best position to be in is becoming or developing specialties in user experience, technology UX specialties and experience. So what I'm saying is specialty medicine is the healthcare is what specialty UX is to experience design. Now, I'm not exactly saying all of this diversity will be accurate. What I'm saying is to create the best experiences and utilize technology to its fullest extent. To create those connected experiences, you need to become an expert at technology. Now, I realize we have our technology partners, we work really closely with developers, and that's all true. And that should continue to move forward. But it's 100% your job as a UXer to be technology experts as well. I believe that. I think that's the future. If you don't understand the tech and what it can do, you'll always struggle to do more than what everybody else is doing. But if you're an expert, if you specialize, if you pick one or two of these technologies to get really, really good at, you'll be able to differentiate above what you differentiate above what others can do. And differentiation is the key to the experience economy. It's what brands are looking for. So you're going to stand out and you're going to be able to create new and better experiences because of these expertise. So I'm going to keep going down this rabbit hole and explain it in one, explain what I'm talking about a little bit further in a very ugly chart. Why UX should be multi-tech experts or specialists, and also hopefully it'll give credence to why you should start thinking about specializing. Now it's up to you to decide what that is, but UX is the solve for the experience economy, and to solve and create those connected experiences for the multi-experience culture that we're diving into. So winning in the experience economy requires brands to place their customers at the center of transformation. Great. As UXers, we are the experts in human-centered design, the research. We have the tool sets and the training to find those unmet and latent needs and turn them into insights we can design against. No other discipline has that dedication. And look at this convergence. We have always, as UXers, had people in the beginning, in the center of our universe. We build to them. We try to remove bias to build experiences that meet their needs and connect them to the businesses or organizations that they want to have an experience with. Business has now put them in the center too. So we couldn't be more aligned. So we have already established too that technology is an enabler of that connected experience. We are interaction designers. We are human. We understand human computer interaction. We've been trained on it. We know the nuances between how to create engagement and how to create simplicity within technology. And we have pretty mature methodologies and processes and frameworks to design solutions utilizing text. We're already doing this today. So we are in the sweet spot to make this stuff happen. But what happens if you layer on specialties and expertise to the general UX world? If you can pick up one or two different technologies and you learn them and become experts at them, then you've just expanded your capabilities and opened up a world of possibilities to create those connected experiences, those immersive experiences that the multi-experience and the experience economy is predicting will drive our future and the future of business and organizations. For my clients and the customers, I wanted to share a little bit where I'm focused on in developing expertise long term. I think the future is AR. So if you don't know what AR is, it's augmented reality, artificial intelligence, and voice and chat. I choose these industries because they're relevant to the type of clients and businesses that I work with in healthcare, e-commerce, and a few more. And I think it's important to learn these technologies now. Luck favors the prepared. I don't like being in a reactive mode. I like being able to respond when the time comes to respond. And I like having that knowledge set to be able to not start from scratch. So for me, and the goal of my team is to develop those experiences or that expertise in these technologies. So at the highest level, what can AI really do to change the patient experience is something we need to start learning about. But we dive a little bit deeper, we need to become experts beyond the tech and really experts at tech plus user experience. So what I mean by that, we need to become experts in research specific to the technology. So how do you draw insights out of research that enable what a connected experience should look like? We need to become experts in process. What's the right framework that allows for the best development of ideas? And how do you test ambient experiences? And we need to become experts in process connected to technology. What's the right framework that allows for the best development and ideas? And and also what's the best way to design interactions when there is no interface? It's hard to find good training out there. There's not a lot of offerings that combine technology and user experience. You gotta go search a lot on your own. But maybe you've gotten lucky and you've learned through trial by fire as someone's landed an AR or AI experience on your lap and you got to design it. But for the rest of us, training is hard to find. So I thought I'd share a little bit of what I do to try to get smart, to prepare my team, to prepare myself and the agency for the future that I believe is here and is going to be strong and is something that will be really relevant to all of us. So there's no easy way to become an expert on these things. So you got to get a little bit creative. So I made up this thing called experience study. or I call them experience studies. Now, if anybody on my team is watching, I know I don't do these nearly enough. And honestly, I've only done a couple in the last few years, but they teach me so much. They're incredible incubators of ideas. So what the experience studies are is I take a cross-discipline team and I select a technology and an industry and a problem to solve. And they're related to our clients, but sometimes I just want to understand how we can solve technology or customer problems with technology. The goal is to experiment and learn how to apply that technology to create better experiences for our customers. So I'll pick, after I select the technology, industry, and problem to solve, I'll also pick up a process. Like I'll either implement design thinking or design sprints to be the framework for the team to operate against and utilize. And then I pay attention and I really watch how people try to solve problems utilizing technology. I look at the research that they come up with to draw the insights out related to that technology, and the collaboration models and how they really think about building for that experience. And for me, every time I take new learnings out of that I apply to all my projects and all my process that I put out there. These experience studies have been instrumental in really adapting new frameworks for digital excellence and for the best experience design. And I hope and I think that the teammates that are also working in this experience studies are getting new types of skill sets and learnings and learning how to work together a little bit more seamlessly. So imagine if your team was set up like this. And I'm not saying general UX is a bad thing, but what I'm saying is, I think the goal for us should be to pick 1 to 2 technologies to start, to dive into and become experts on, and to use that expertise to craft new experiences. Because I think that once you do this, the world is going to be wide open and we can better accommodate and design towards that experience economy. So if there's one truth to take away from today's topic, it's that technology is an enabler of that connected experience, and that you need to understand that technology in every way, shape, and form to best design with it. So once you do that, you can utilize that technology to the fullest extent. So get smart, pick 1 or 2 technologies out there, start investing in it, try experience studies. And, I just wish you the best of luck because we're all trying to figure this out right now. And this is just some of the ways that I think about preparing for the future and how I try to get smart with it. So thanks for coming down the rabbit hole with me. I hope that sharing how I build capabilities and plan for the future can influence your future success. So thank you for the time.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brady. And we still have some time for some questions. So let's do a little Q&A. Just a reminder, guys, so the Q&A box, I said this in chat, so you may be hearing me say it again. The Q&A box has the ability to upvote. So if you see a question that you want to hear the answer to, please upvote that. We tend to answer those questions first and often don't have time to get to the other ones. We'll begin with the first ones at the top of the list we see here. And if you have a question that's not been answered, then you might want to put it in. All right. So there's been 2 people upvoting. This is just, I think, a small question. Someone asked, you used the phrase multi-experience. Did you mean omnichannel experience by that or something else?
Something else. So Gartner put out this report. Gartner is a global research company in May of 2020. And it's so I also struggle with the difference between omnichannel and multi-channel. Multi-experience. They're really closely related. I think of omnichannel more as specific to shopping, to creating a omnichannel experience that people can shop in with any device in any way, right? That consistent experience. Multi-experience is more suited around the experiences you create for users, and that could be shopping and for products and services, but it's more about being connected in a real way to brands and organizations that enable customers to walk away with feelings and emotions that are tied to the experience they had with the brand. So I look at omnichannel as more as a shopping experience, and multi-experience is more of how we create connected experiences that go beyond shopping, that go beyond services, that really add value to the customer experience when interacting with brands. Not sure if I answered that exactly. You know, they're very tight, close together. So I think the differences are still coming out, and still people are still figuring out what that really means. But that's kind of how I think about it.
Fantastic. Next up, William asks, how many companies beyond the very large organizations have invested enough in UX to have large teams of specialists?
In terms of how many companies, I don't know, but healthcare is something that I've been paying a lot of close attention to. And yeah, they have a lot of budget to do so. And so, you know, the number of companies, like I said, I don't know, but Mayo is redefining what it means to create experiences for their customers. And I forget how much money they're investing, but in the last year, they have hired their first digital chief officer, and they're building an entire product, a huge product team, and a diverse user experience team to redefine what it means to create patient experiences. So, and I know that other large corporations like, you know, in retail are also doing the same things. They're trying to find out what is the answer for the where we're headed in the experience world. So, you know, I know not everyone's going to be fortunate enough to join these large teams, but I think that even if you're on small teams as well, I think organizations will start doing this, is bringing in or identifying that expertise that they need to learn to be tied to the business that they that they are in. So
Awesome. Thank you, Brady. And William actually asked this other question just a little before that last one, so it's a little out of sequence, but he's kind of confirming what you're asking and what you're talking about. He says, are you saying that you believe that all organizations will begin to invest in a series of specialists for specific technologies as compared to continuing to need generalists who can work to a lesser degree across many disciplines?
I'm saying that they should. I'm saying that to meet the experience economy and what the needs of the users are with the constant changing behaviors, this is what people should, or what organizations should start to focus on. And yeah, I'm a generalist right now too. I'm at the same state. I'm trying to learn these technologies as well to be more powerful in what I can do to deliver those experiences for customers. So I'm not saying, so what I'm saying is that this is what organizations should pay attention to and start investing in.
Great. Next up, let's see. So are there design patterns or resources that you've found in designing for the AR, VR, AI world?
So are there design patterns?
Yeah, so design patterns and slash resources, so probably beyond just patterns, but you know, basically the design tools is what they're asking about, and things like templates for alternate reality, virtual reality, artificial intelligence, things like that.
Yeah, great question. That's exactly why I'm saying we need to invest in expertise, because we don't know what those patterns are yet. We need to start uncovering what those are, those templatized ways of doing things, so we don't have to start from scratch every time everybody wants to do a new AR experience. So we got to invest in now and to discover what those are. I don't know what they are, but I'm up for finding out.
That's awesome. No, I feel like that's a great answer to that. Let's do just one more and then a couple of quick housekeeping things and all of that. So for that part, Brady, stick around for just a moment. After I'm done, I'm going to stop the recording. There's a little other thing. Sorry, just finding the. All right, so this one next. Someone mentioned that technology is fairly new. How can we approach it when it comes to the UX process? Sorry, some of the mentioned technology, meaning some of the technology that you have mentioned.
So how do we approach this in the UX process? Is that?
Yeah, how do we approach it when it comes to a UX process?
Yeah, again, I think this is exactly what we need to figure out. So we have the methodologies and tool sets right now that we should start from, right? But I'm saying that with these new technologies coming on, what are the nuanced differences of how we need to flex those methodologies and process to be able to design and take advantage of them in totality? So I think these are all great questions. I'm not able to answer them because I'm saying is we have to figure this out. This is time for us to get specialized, to figure out all these answers, these patterns, these processes, these frameworks. I'm saying that we as UXers need to start investing in this right now to be ready instead of having to react to what we're going to be asked to do.
Fantastic. All right, we'll do one or two other quick things, but first, everyone, please give a big thank you to Brady. This concludes this part of things. Please give him a big thanks in the chat box. Thank you so much, Brady. And it's really great having you here to share about all of this. And now that I've stopped the recording, this is just a request that won't help for people who are watching the recording. There was a request to share the Gartner Report, ideally a link to that. So if you don't mind putting that in the chat box as we're starting the break, that would be a lovely thing.
No problem.
Let's see. Great. And so this is going to begin lunch. It is now just at the proper beginning of lunchtime, which is good. So the full lunch period time that we have is 40